Boy Deontay Nelson. In today's video, we'll be talking about Jake Paul, the Martinez twins, and Rice Gum, and all that beef intertangled between them. Jake Paul called Rice Gum the biggest bully on the internet, but we're going to show you why you should hate Jake Paul and how he is the biggest bully on the internet in just a second. If you're new to the channel, hit that big red subscribe button underneath the video to get daily content, videos, pranks, challenges, vlogs, all that good stuff. And also make sure you please stay and watch until the end of the video so you know what's fully going on in this situation. But first, we're gonna lay down the backstory to this. Jake Paul, about 3 weeks ago, uploaded a video, and in this video, he was totally just bashing Rice Gum, just ripping him apart, saying how he's just a big bully. He made all his fame off being a bully. He bullied kids. He's just a terrible person. He makes fun of assault and all these different things. And Rice Gum came back and completely roasted him and saying that he was the biggest bully. And then Jake Paul went on Twitter and started roasting Rice Gum again, saying how much of a bully he is. Well, guys, Jake Paul is the biggest bully on the internet. I've tried to give him chances. Everyone's tried to give him chances. And this stuff that I'm about to show y'all in this video is on top of everything that he's done. And we'll talk about that at the end of the video. But let's get into this part of the video. Martinez twins were a part of Team 10, and they announced that they were leaving about 2 days ago in a video. And they're like basically just exposing Jake Paul. First off, in the video that they made exposing Jake Paul, it showed video of them assaulting and harassing the Martinez twins. He handcuffed them to the bed. He was pulling out a taser on them. Like, they're asleep. Who wants someone putting a taser in their face while they're asleep? Like, that's just terrible. And then, like they said, in the video they were afraid to go to sleep. Like, I don't blame them, because I mean, that dude Jake Paul is crazy. He can do anything to you while you're asleep, especially the Martinez twins, because he just totally harassed them. And I watched Jake Paul's vlogs. I saw how he treated him. And then next in the video, they showed Jake Paul literally sawing part of the leg of the bunk bed off. Like, this is so dangerous. Like, this is one of the most dangerous things in the video. Like, that's just so dangerous. And to make it worse, Chance is over there kicking the bed and like trying to break it. And if that bed with the Martinez twin on top of it comes down and crashes on the other Martinez twin, that could seriously hurt both of them. Like, they could be hospitalized and get majorly injured. And they said, like, all the stuff that Jake Paul did, like all the abuse, all the stuff that he did to him was even worse off camera, which I completely believe, because Jake Paul is a complete a-hole. But into the next part, the assault, the physical assault. This dude Jake Paul was literally hitting them. I saw in several vlogs, Chance and Anthony, them picking up the Martinez twins. They got thrown into a pool. They were talking about how Jake Paul was just physically hitting them, and they just got tired of it. And they got to a point to where they just couldn't stand it anymore, and they wanted to move. And this is where it really gets frustrating here. They wanted to move. I mean, they talked to Nick Crumpton. They talked to a couple other Team 10 members, and they were like, yeah, that's fine. You can move and get your own place, because they wanted some privacy away from Jake Paul and away from everyone, just to have their own place. I have no problem with this. Like, a bunch of people were saying that, no, they should have just stayed in the Team 10 house, that Jake Paul felt disrespected. He should have no problem with them moving, but he flipped out when he heard about it and was like, no, you're not leaving, because he just wanted to torment them more. And he thought like him tormenting them was getting them views and more entertaining and all this stuff. So what did the Martinez twins do? They decided to build their own type of like room where they had a lock on the door and all that stuff. And when they left to take a break to go to Spain to visit their family, what did Jake Paul do? He destroyed it. They had fan art. They spent a bunch of time decorating like that room with fan art and building a wall and graffitiing the wall on the outside. And Jake Paul just completely destroyed it. And that's just terrible. And then next they showed, like, they talked about Jake Paul being racist, and they showed like this word, the B word. I'm not even gonna say it. It's a racial slur for Mexicans or Hispanics, and he nicknamed them the Martiners because they were Spanish. I guess they have technically Mexican or Hispanic in them, and so he started calling them the Martiners, which is like super disrespectful and racist. Like, that's just like terrible. And to top it all off, he made them hump each other. Like, this is just terrible. Like, this is one of the worst parts of it all. Like, making them like hump each other, and that could be considered like sexual assault. Like, that's just terrible. I'm telling y'all, like, this dude Jake Paul is messed up in the brain, and like they they had no choice. Like, they had no choice but to do this, or they would get deported, and I mean, they would have no career because I mean, Jake Paul is a career ender or a career starter, and like they had to do all these things because if they didn't, then their career was over, and Jake Paul would just kick them to the curb. And like I just feel bad because the little money that they were making, they wanted to send it to their parents because like he knew that like the twins' mom was struggling and they weren't really like really rich. They were kind of poor, they said, and so like they were trying to make money for their mom and they were trying to send it to their mom. And Jake Paul and Team 10 like really deceived them and weren't giving them their money, and like said they weren't making any money, and they tried to make a bank account, and Team 10 and the representative said, oh, you don't need to make a bank account and all blah 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 blah, and they gave them the runaround about that, so they weren't even getting paid technically. So like Jake Paul has completely lost all trust, all chances from me. I'm completely done with this dude. He's terrible. He's a bully. For him to call Ricegum a bully is just terrible. Like, Ricegum is like a real cool dude. He roasts people, but when he roasts them, they're all famous. Like, they're all like it's for jokes. This dude is seriously a bully. Jake Paul is a terrible dude, and that's all I got to say. Let me know what y'all think about this in the comment section. If you still support Jake Paul, I mean, kudos to you. Go ahead, support him. But I mean, I don't, and I mean, I don't know how you can't say that he's a bully by all these things. He's a racist. He assaults people. He's just a bad dude. But thank y'all for watching. Like, subscribe to the channel. Follow both of my Twitter accounts. Peace.